We've all heard about parents getting a little bit too involved in their kids' games, sideline refs or sideline coaches, and oftentimes it is not a good look. Our parenting expert, Dr. Sheryl Ziegler, is joining us with ways to support your kids appropriately in their sports. Good morning. Thanks for coming in.
Good morning. Glad we're talking about this.
I mean, because we see it all the time.
Yes.
And oftentimes, again, it is just not a good look for these parents. So what are some positive things that parents can do to support their athlete?
Yeah, this is a great time to reassess this, right? You have to think, why does my kid do this? They're building leadership skills, they're connecting with their team members, support that. Truly support the having fun. That's not gonna make your kid less better of a player. They're just because your attitude is like, great, go out there and have fun. Mm-hmm. I think we can also support coaches, support the coaching decisions, and definitely support the refs and the umpires, the officials that are out there, support their calls. Even if you think that wasn't a good call, watch the way you talk about it. We're role models for our kids on how to deal with disappointments and frustrations. So it was really important to go into the season being there to cheer on your kid, not to berate them and not to tell them what to do and how to do it.
What are some things that are harmful when it comes to this, or not helpful at least?
Yeah, well, it's not helpful to coach your kid from the sideline. It's not helpful to go off on any coach or any ref or umpire. It's not helpful to kind of talk about the game plan and the strategy. If you have like that very rare kid that likes that, great. But for the vast majority of people, don't drive there talking about strategy, and definitely on the ride home, and I've gotten this from experts for sure, do not go over the details of the game. Oh, you know, your foot could have been a little stronger, those kinds of things. Kids feel bad themselves. They don't need their parent telling them what to do. So those are the big no-nos. Don't do that. Just be there as a fan and a cheerleader.
I love that a lot of times they have to put this sign up. You might have seen this sign, and it says, your kids are not professional athletes. The refs are usually volunteer. The coaches aren't paid. I mean, like, this is kids we're talking about, and I think that oftentimes that's lost with parents, and they can get in other kids' faces, other parents' faces. I mean, it's gotten out of control.
It has, and it's so much so that in sports psychology, we have a whole volume of literature around the mental health outcomes when parents are like this with their kids. Higher anxiety, more likelihood to burn out, more depression. I mean, it's actually, we're tracking this. It has a serious effect. So you want your kid to really see you as somebody who's like smiling, who's there for them. If they want to talk about the game, great. And it might be later, and let it be. Like, really let that car ride, let the kid lead the tone of how they want to process or not process what just happened. And don't just celebrate the wins. So even in the losses, find those opportunities of what the teammates did well. Hey, you guys really were communicating well today, whatever it might be. Find that as well, because that's how you learn and grow.
So after the game, have them bring it to you, or talk about maybe the good things that happen. If they want to talk about some of the things like, hey, Dad, how can I improve? Then you go into it.
Yeah, a great line, if you just need a back pocket line, is, I loved watching you play today. Loved watching your team play today. End of story.
Let's all get it together, right? They're kids.
Yeah, no brawls this year, because we're always covering these brawls at baseball games and hockey games. Like, no brawls this year. Also among parents, everybody needs to behave. Those are kids.
Yes.
They're just playing a game.
Take a chill pill, right? I hope that we have no brawls this time, but glad that you brought it up. Dr. Ziegler, thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me.